Hello, hope you're doing well. Now, I want to make a video this time trying to compare the keyword difficulty from KWfinder and SERanking. SERanking is a tool that seems to be gaining in popularity. I've been hearing some good things about it from various people. A lot of people think it's a good, cheaper alternative to Ahrefs. Anyway, for this video, I'm only going to look at the keyword difficulty. I'm not going to look at the overall features and everything, because I feel that this is really important for anyone that's using a keyword research tool. That if you're using a tool that has a really bad keyword difficulty score, you will be writing articles for things that you think are easy for you to rank when actually it turns out that they aren't. So what are the things that I look for when I'm looking for low competition keywords? I'm looking for at least a couple of sites in the top 10 of the search results having a domain authority of under 20. I'm also looking to see if the search intent is there. So if there's a lot of articles that don't really answer the search intent of the phrase that you're searching, that means there might be some opportunity for you to rank above them. Also, I will look to see if there's any forums or user generated content such as Quora, because usually that means that you can write an article that can rank over that. Not all the time, because these days if someone has written a really epic long post on Quora, for example, sometimes they can be harder than you might think to rank above. But anyway, that's something that you would need to look into further. So I have some terms here that I'm going to be using and seeing from both of the tools how they compare. So we have best blender for seniors. So on the KWfinder tool, you can see it says that it has a keyword difficulty of dark green, but the score is 12. When you see it's dark green, that means it's one of the easiest keywords that you can rank for. So, and 12, it says here, is easy because it's 12 out of 100. Then when we look here, best blenders for seniors, yep, that's on point, that's on point, that is on point, that's on point. So I believe if I remember rightly, when we get down to this one, good housekeeping, and under that, these are all more general articles about best blenders. They're not really talking about for the elderly. So it's only really the top 5 that are on point. And you see there that we've got a domain authority of 10, 16. So you can see why it's got such a low score here of 12. Looking at the same search term over on SERanking. Now it's saying 11. So this is also, and it's saying it's effortless. So when we click on more about difficulty, it says 0 up to 9 is surefire, 10 up to 19 is effortless, 20 to 29 is elementary. I really like this actually, how they break it down into a very detailed difficulty range. I think that's very helpful. What is not so helpful is that I don't see, well, they do have the SERPs here. You see we've got the SERPs, but for some reason they only have the top 5, and they're not really showing a lot of metrics. So one of the things I really like from KWfinder is you can see the domain authority right there on the page, but it also has the page authority, the citation flow, the trust flow, so many things here. Whereas on this one, it only has the traffic cost, the keywords total, and the traffic. And then when we click on view detailed report, yeah, it doesn't really, well, then it will show you the top 10, but it doesn't seem to show you anything about the domain authority. So I would say that although the difficulty score here is good, it certainly doesn't have as much information as KWfinder. Okay, so now we're going to look at why does my dog smell? And if you've been watching my videos on these tools a lot recently, you will see that I use the same search terms in every video, and I think that's a good idea because then it helps you like to compare all of the tools against each other. So for example, I did another video using other tools, and you can then see what their results are like against SERanking. Anyway, so why does my dog smell? I'm going to do the same over here. Why does my dog smell? We're doing American Google again, searching here as well. Okay, so why does my dog smell? This has a keyword difficulty on KWfinder excuse me, of 24. And when we look at the SERPs, we've got a 17 DA and we've got a 30, 45. So we have got one under 20, we've got a 25. So you know, you can kind of see why it has gone for 24, because it's got quite a lot of lower end but not super low end domain authority. And are these on point? 5 reasons why your dog smells so bad. Yeah, on point. Why does my dog stink? Yes, on point. Smelly dog. Yeah, so these all seem to be on point. So yeah, I think that's pretty fairly accurate, right? 24. And then over here on SERanking, it's saying 13. So it's giving me the option to update. When I update, is it going to then increase? So I assume this is a bit like on the KWfinder. When you see that there's a score that's slightly washed out, that means it hasn't been updated for a while, and then if you update it, that's going to cost you a credit on your account. So I assume it's the same over here on SERanking. Now it's still saying 13. It is showing me the SERPs, but again, it's hard for me to see because it isn't saying anything like the domain or authority or anything of that nature. So from what I can see from KWfinder, I don't think this would be as low as 13, because it's got, you know, it still has quite a few high domain sites here. So I think the SERanking score there is a little bit on the low side, frankly, and it's just a shame that they don't have more information on this tool. Okay, so let's do another one. Low sugar recipes. And if you've been watching all of my videos on this series about the keyword difficulty scores, you're going to be fairly sick and tired of seeing all these same searches again and again. But anyway, like I said, I'm trying to keep them all the same so you can easily compare video to video. So low sugar recipes, search and search. So over here it's saying 14. So again, that's also, that is effortless, it says. Low sugar recipes, 25 low sugar recipes, lower sugar recipes, low carb dinner recipes. Okay, whereas over here on KWfinder, it's saying it's a 44, so that's actually more like medium. So when we look, low sugar, sugar free, so that's not exactly on point. Low carb, not exactly on point. Low sugar, sugar free again, so that's not exactly on point. Low sugar, that is on point. Sugar free. So yeah, I mean, there are quite a lot of high DA sites here. You can see that the lowest one is 64 out of all of these. But you can see that, yes, there are a few that are not exactly on point, but I think there's enough on point with a high DA that you would, I wouldn't really say this is a low difficulty score. And you can then look at the next page and see underneath the top 10, what do we have? Well, we have another load of sites with high DA. Yeah, and they are also on point. Low sugar cooking. Some of them, that one is sugar free. So yeah, I wouldn't say certainly it's as low as 14. 44 seems more accurate than 14 because we have a lot of high DA sites here, and although it's not all on point, I think if you were to think this is low competition, you might be a bit surprised. That's just my opinion. Okay, so now we're going to go for what is indoor bowls. What is indoor bowls? What is indoor bowls? So I'm using this one on purpose because I think this one might be quite hard, because this is more of a UK based keyword. So I want to see what kind of results they're going to actually give me within America. What is indoor bowls? So on KWfinder, it's saying it's a keyword difficulty of 15, and it is showing me on the SERPs bowls, a beginner's guide to indoor bowls. So surely they will talk about what bowls is. Bowls in general, bowls, yeah. So yeah, all of these seem on fair, like on point. We've got DA 19 in second in the SERP. We've got a 43 here. We've got a 9 near the bottom. So yeah, I wouldn't say that is super easy, but it's reasonably easy. I think if you were to write a decent article that went into this subject in detail, you should be able to rank in the top 5. I would estimate. And when we look over at SERanking, it has a similar score of 17. So this one is quite similar, but again, it doesn't really show any more information. Certainly, it doesn't have as much as I would find over here on KWfinder. So yeah, so let's do one more. Best blender for seniors. I don't think I did that one yet, unless I got confused. Best blenders for seniors. This will be the last one, and we'll see. So over here on KWfinder, it's giving me a 12. Did I already do this one? You see, I think I'm getting old. Maybe I did this one at the start of the video. I'm getting confused now, so bear with me. This one is saying 5. So SERanking is saying 5. This one is saying 12. Yes, domain rating of 10, 16, 9. Oh yeah, so this is the one where when we get down to number 6, it's more general reviews. So yeah, okay, so trying to wrap up without repeating myself again and again, I would say the SERanking is not horrible. It does have some okay results. It's a shame it doesn't have more information. I would say I would much rather go for KWfinder, simply because all of the information I need is right at hand, and it seems to be that the score that it is giving me for the keywords is more consistently accurate, whereas for the SERanking one, sometimes it would be fairly on point, but other times it would be way off, and that really scares me. Like, if I was to use this as my main tool and I start writing loads of articles and I find out loads of them are not as low competition as I thought, that could be a bit of a costly disaster. Anyway, so it's very important that you form your own opinions. I would highly recommend that you try out the free trials for yourself for both of these tools, and like I said earlier, I'll leave the link in the description. So thank you for watching.